Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Y'all, listen, I've been scrambling around just so I didn't have to recycle things you already read, and I got an exclusive on what's going on with the Jay-Z case. Y'all, heads are rolling, and even Rock Nation is being shaken up. You guys, we have an exclusive, but first let's talk about the Jay-Z case, okay? We have the full legal docs. We're getting into them, but what do we have to cover in these legal docs? One, Jay-Z's statement, Tony Busby's response. We're going to go through all the legal docs, but um, I have a few questions, okay? Because what is going on? Jay-Z's response was so odd. I would say it was disturbing, but it was really, really odd. But you know what's even more odd? He posted this from his original Rock Nation account. Jay-Z posted this from his Rock Nation account. Y'all, why would he post this from his Rock Nation account? I'll tell you why. Because there is also something very deep and very big going on in Rock Nation. And people are saying that Jay-Z has been running interference for the last 3 weeks, trying to present himself as a Mr. Do-Good, the people's champ, not because he cared, but because he knew this was coming. All right, y'all, let's get into this because I have questions, okay? Do y'all want to start with the Rock Nation news? Do you want to talk about the Rock Nation execs? Do you want to talk about how one of the co-presidents of Rock Nation resigned, got fired, but it all seems to be wrapped up in this? First, let's talk about Jay-Z and his response. If you guys don't know, Jay-Z made this response. Let's get into this because I want you to listen to the response first before we get into the court papers because it kind of ties everything together, okay? Now, here's what Jay-Z wrote, okay? Now, and by Jay-Z writing this, I 100% believe that this was his lawyer. Maybe it sounds like an 80-year-old. Listen to what they said. This is Jay-Z's response that was obviously not written by Jay-Z because Jay-Z does not even talk like this. On top of that, for some reason, even now, Jay-Z seems to have his surrogates out here promoting the fact that Jay-Z wrote this response on his phone by himself in 32 million and 32 minutes before it was released. And can I just say this? People cannot be this gullible. Jay-Z is a billionaire. Jay-Z has companies behind him. He has billionaires behind him. There's a lot of money on the line because he is the face. Jay-Z is even trying to open casinos, the 4040 casinos with Michael Rubin in Midtown. They're arguing with the neighborhood right now. There literally is more than $1 billion on the table right now. People cannot honestly believe that Jay-Z, who is not just a businessman, he's a businessman, literally wrote this response in 32 minutes on his phone, and then all these companies let him release it. Come on now. I don't understand. And this is what makes it even more weird. You don't gotta lie to kick it. Why, when you are being accused of raping a 13-year-old, are you trying to push this mythology that now you are not just a CEO, you're not a genius, you're this and that. You're now trying to tell me you're a legal scholar and a genius. You're trying to tell me that Alex Sparrow, the lawyer that you pay hundreds of thousands, if not millions a year, didn't clock in and go to work. I don't understand. You ain't got to lie to kick it. Again, really quick, because I thought this was so funny, right? Even Ebro is pushing this narrative. And I'm not gonna lie, I got a lot of respect to Ebro, and this ain't shade to Ebro, but clearly you're operating, I think, as Jay-Z's as his surrogate. Jay wrote this 32 minutes ago on his iPhone, and no one is speaking on his behalf. So Jay-Z expects us to believe that this is directly from his mouth. Too bad we spent the last 15 years knowing who Jay-Z was, hearing him talk at summits for Black Lives Matter, hearing him sit there and be like, yeah, okay. Listen to what Jay-Z wrote. My lawyer received a blackmail attempt, called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What? So you wrote this without the lawyer, billions of dollars on the table, and this could actually ruin the deal that you actually want. That can, if you and Beyonce can open casinos, This is going to put you on a whole new level. But you writing this mess in a serious lawsuit on your iPhone? What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny that would make me want to settle. Now, if you guys didn't see my old video, I was saying at this time, okay, where's the denial? Because if it was me, and I hope I'm never in the situation. What am I saying? I ain't never gonna be in the situation. Nobody is ever gonna accuse me of being in a freak off, participating in a freak off, watching a freak off, standing next to somebody, watching a freak off, or being friends with someone that was even close to a freak off. So, right? Now, they might accuse me of screaming at the Taco Bell girl at 3 in the morning because she didn't give me my 20 fire sauces that I actually paid for and I had to come back around, but they now accuse me of this. Anyway, right? So he put lawyer in quotation. We're about to get into the legal docs in a second. I just want to go through this because it ties the legal docs together, okay? What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny that would make me want to settle. Again, if this was me, I would have came out. You are a bold-faced liar. It would be like Huey in the Boondocks. You are a bold-faced liar. I never did that. You lying. I'm suing you for defamation, and I'll see you in court. That would have been easy. Literally, you're lying. You're a liar. I'm suing you for defamation, and I'll see you in court. I would have put 4 sentences with literally bold cap sayings. No, I would have hit them with the New Times Roman, let them know I'm real serious. And then on my way, and literally blown it up and circulated that to every media outlet. So it's weird you didn't lead with that. Again, they said Jay-Z wrote this himself. Jay-Z does not even talk like this. And Jay-Z is a billion-dollar, he runs billion-dollar companies, and he has a lawyer on retainer. Why? And him and Tony BuzzBee are locked in the ego thing right now. Why do you need everybody to believe you wrote this in 32 minutes after the lawsuit dropped when you knew for a fact that Tony BuzzBee was going to sue you? You know so much. You actually sued him anonymously for extortion. And now you want me to believe that when he finally drops the lawsuit that you knew he was going to drop, you wrote something on your iPhone in 32 minutes? Unless it was copy and paste while he was waiting for Alex Sparrow to send him the rest of the document. No, sir. It had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. Do y'all believe that Jay-Z used the term one red penny? Because that sounds like a Jewish lawyer from New York. One red penny? No, sir. When has Jay-Z ever talked like this? Ever in his life. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Where's the denial? Where's the denial? Did you do it or not? These allegations are so heinous. I agree, they are heinous. That's why we are going crazy. Sir, did you do it or not? I encourage you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Listen, pipe down. I don't think you are in the position to be talking. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? If I was Tony BuzzBee, I'd be like, Ninja, that's what we saying. If I was Tony BuzzBee, I'd be like, you feel like this lawsuit's against you, right? Would you not agree? Yes, we completely agree. You should be locked away. But I will say this, and I said this in my video. It's the victim's right. Again, I believe all victims. This is a 13-year-old. It is the victim's right to choose how they want to. The alleged victims, these alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. Now, can I just say one thing, which a lot of people missed, right? When they were busy watching my video, biting off of it. Why did Jay-Z use victims, plural? What? Yeah. Why did he use the word victims? Not victim, because there's only a 13-year-old that we know about suing him. So why did he say these alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case? He said victims, plural. And this is my whole thing. I kept saying, why wouldn't Jay-Z settle? Why wouldn't Jay-Z settle? You got one flew over the cuckoo's nest making up quackadoodle stories, right? So this just makes them look more credible. So why wouldn't you settle? Unless you know that BuzzBee got you by the balls, and you know that when you was rolling hard with Diddy circa 2000, 2005, until you decide to jump overseas, because if you know, ain't no perversion like old money perversion. Before you decide to jump overseas, does he have you with other stuff? And if you settle on this one, you know that he's going to come to you for money for others. Again, these alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. This is very, very oddly worded. And it's almost like he's trying to invoke the public. Again, he's tying in Rock Nation. He posted this to Rock Nation, not to his personal account. I find it very, very odd that he's now trying to even push the narrative that they can't be real victims because they're not going for criminal. And we don't know if that's true or not, because they're only going for civil. He has a lawyer that he pays hundreds of thousands of dollars to sue people in civil court and not file criminal complaints. So now it's a problem. This lawyer, who I've done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these types of theatrics. Again, did you do it or not? I get it. You don't like Tony BuzzBee. I get it. You think he's a piece of ass. Half the people, listen, it's not like Tony BuzzBee was literally making fetish videos to sell. And then when he got caught, played victim and said he was a victim of sex trafficking. It's not like Tony BuzzBee did this. It's literally like, okay, I have no idea how you've come to be such a deplorable human being, Mr. BuzzBee, but I promise you, I've seen your kind many times over. I am more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity. Again, I'm very, very confused with this. Put this on the Summergram stream. I'm very, very confused with this because did you do it or not? My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down. How old are Sir and Remy? Aren't they still toddlers? We'll have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and the greed of people. Again, cruelty and greed, but not lies, not misinformations, not falsehoods. Again, maybe I'm just hair splitting, but where is the denial? Again, also, I get it, and that is heartbreaking, but why are you bringing your daughter up in a statement, obviously not written by you, I would think, talking about you possibly raping a 13-year-old, and you posted on your Rock Nation account? I don't think he posted this on his personal account yet. So again, I'm very, very confused about this. Also, if we're gonna be real, Blue has been getting questions, and I'm sorry if they don't know, but Blue has been getting questioned left, right, front, and center about the Diddy stuff. I'm more than certain. People are like, do you know Diddy? Have you been over your house? Did you see Harajuku girls? The fact that they are associated with Diddy, I think but whatever, right? Explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. This is getting weird when we're talking about a 13-year-old. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. Again, sir, did you do it or not? It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. I'll say one thing. Whoever wrote this for Jay-Z, Diddy, you need to see they can start writing comments, because the message you had your mama writing and enough is enough, it fell flat. My heart and support goes out to the true victims in the world who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume. and for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. We're about to get to the legal docs, you guys, but I just wanted to code this because this is so odd to me. And y'all know I love a good word salad. My heart and support goes out to true victims in the world. So he's using victims, plural, who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. So now you're saying that people that go after high profile people and force them to settle are ambulance chasers? Eh, mm. My heart, you've made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. That's a shot to Diddy. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the projects of Brooklyn. Now, this is the first thing when I said Jay-Z couldn't have wrote this. Everything he's saying could be true. I'm still waiting for the denial. But you calling a 56-year-old grown man, you are closer to being a grandpa than you are to being a young man. I'm a young man who made it out of the projects of Brooklyn. I'm a young man. How long have you had this on your phone? Since 1982? We don't play these types of games. We have a very strict codes of honor. We protect children. Well, are you Brooklyn? Diddy from Uptown? Okay, fine. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists. Who's his network of conspiracy theorists? Fake psychics. They said physics? Psychics? Will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. Okay, so really quick, I want to know again, and I hate to be the asshole in this situation. Where's the denial? Where's the denial? Where is the MFing denial? Again, if it was me, you're a liar. Everything in that lawsuit is a lie. I'm going to sue you for defamation for lying. I will see you in court. That's all you need at 4 statements. What is all this about? You cry for loss of innocence. You have to sit your daughter down. He's a bloodsucker, ambulance chaser. He does theatrics. He's this, he's that. Which, low-key, I'm like, that's who I would want in a lawyer if I ever had to sue somebody. Please give me more energy, more passion, more passion. Give me the whole works. I want to see you in there doing jumping jacks. I want to see a light show. Y'all ready for this? I want to see you doing a TikTok thing. Wait, they don't love you like I love you. Wait, they don't love. I want to see my lawyer doing jumping jacks and everything else that you need to do to get me to win. So I'm like, I mean, if it's effective, do what you got to do. That's what I'm paying you the big bucks for. It's a very, very odd tone. It's very condescending. Now, here's the thing. If BuzzBee is making this up, then Jay-Z is 100% entitled to do this. And if we find out BuzzBee is making up this lawsuit, right? Jay-Z could have gone harder. If it was me and I know, and my kid and I'm mourning her loss of innocence and I got to sit down, I would have went even 10 times harder. But he's 56 years old. Maybe the young man has matured. Anyway, listen to this. Tony BuzzBee actually responded to this 2 times, right? He responded on Instagram and he just responded on Twitter. I'm going to read you these responses very quickly and then we get into the legal docs, okay? The legal docs do have a trigger warning. I do want to say this is bad. Oh, and also what's going on with Rock Nation? What's going on with Rock Nation? We're going to have to talk about that because Execs, the CEO, and also the co-president of Rock Nation has been pulled into this. Is this the end of Jay-Z? Has all the rumors circulated around him? Has there finally been? Because here's the thing with Diddy. Cassie came out and threw the first stone. And then the dam broke. First it was a trickle. Then the whole dam broke. Is this the first stone that's thrown at Jay-Z that's going to be a trickle? Anyway, again, I want to know, where is the denial? You don't like him. He sucks. He's an ambulance chaser. You think he's déclassé. You think he's low class. Well, not even you, whoever wrote this statement, because we know how Jay-Z talks. It doesn't even sound like your syntax. Why it's weird with your ego that you need to make us believe that you just wrote that in 30 minutes? Is it because you made some missteps in there? And when you make a more formal thing, you could be like, oh my God, I was just so upset. Again, the one thing that Jay-Z did let us know is there are multiple people alleging to be victims. Tony BuzzBee said this. Where do you? So Tony BuzzBee put up this picture. Where you at, BuzzBee? Okay, so Tony BuzzBee put up this picture, right? It said First Lieutenant A.G. BuzzBee, platoon commander. You know he was an MFer. He got to be a platoon commander of the Marines. Like, okay, he seems like he's built for tough. Anybody that knows any Marines knows what I'm talking about. Woosah. Tony BuzzBee said, you recognize this guy? This is a picture of the weapons platoon commander, Alpha Company, 1st Battalion, 4th Marines from our old Western Pacific cruise book. Despite a coordinated and aggressive effort that has included harassing my kids, contacting my clients and former clients to encourage them to sue me, contacting my colleagues or former employees asking if I've abused them, showing up at my current employees' home, showing up at my current employees' homes to harass them, filing frivolous cases against me and my law firm. So already he's saying that Jay-Z is, you talk about loss of innocence for your child. Ninja, what about my children? Tony BuzzBee is also saying that he believes that Jay-Z is having him followed. Tony BuzzBee is also saying that, implying that Jay-Z is behind this lawsuit for a former client that sued him. Showing up at my current employees' homes to harass them, filing frivolous cases against me and my law firm, defaming me with outrageous assertions to anyone who will listen, and having mysterious people follow me and my family. He said, despite all this, I'm still that guy. That guy would be Weapons Platoon Commander, Alpha Company, 1st Battalion, 4th Marines. Ooh, okay. I won't be bullied or intimidated. People will see through this effort to discredit me and my clients, and the truth will be revealed. I also won't allow anyone to scare my clients into silence. Sunlight is the best disinfectant, and I am quite certain the sun is coming. Yo. Tony BuzzBee isn't backing down. And again, you look at what BuzzBee said compared to what Jay-Z wrote. BuzzBee had the response, I don't know. And when I say Jay-Z wrote, I use that very, very loosely because come on now. Okay, so listen, BuzzBee also just responded on Twitter. This is breaking news. He just responded. Let me read these super chats real quick and then we'll get into the BuzzBee stuff. Alicia G, thank you so much for being a member for a month. Kim Marie Norman said exactly how you read someone first before you deny. That was giving female energy. Hey, female energy is life-giving energy. No, that was giving weirdo energy. All right. How you read somebody before you deny anything, how do you read someone first? She said that was given female energy. That energy is coming back to him. We are past kneeling. Jay-Z. Oh, you talking about when Jay-Z literally kneecapped Colin Kirkpatrick's movement with the NFL when he was about to have the NFL on the ropes and hold them accountable for the racism, and Jay-Z came in and took the deal. That's how Rock Nation got the deal. I mean, don't get me wrong. A lot of good things came from that Rock Nation deal. Kendrick is performing. But at the time with Black Lives Matter, yeah, that was a dark point in Jay-Z's history and his legacy. But thank you, Kim Marie Norman. Corky Circle said, you guys, we're about to get into the legal papers. Tony BuzzBee just responded on Twitter. It just came in. Just let me get through the super chat. It's just a few more, and then I'm going to read Tony BuzzBee, and then we are getting into the legal papers. Corky Circle said, "Forgive me if you've said this before, but what's my background and how did I decide to start doing YouTube? I enjoy your content. Thanks for the effort." Corky Circle. My background is I am my mother and father's daughter. What's my background? And how did I decide? What's my background? Well, I'm Black. I got 4 Black grandparents. Is that what you're talking about? And how did I decide to start doing YouTube? None of my friends wanted to hear me obsess and talk about gossip on in. I mean, they did, but eventually, like, I started talking about the Real Housewives. They didn't care. So I came on YouTube to come talk to y'all, and y'all started listening. So also, I have a lot of great things coming up in 2025. Okay. All right. Listen, often imitated but never duplicated. Shut up. Shut up. Anyway, right? Holly W said, Tisa told us Jay-Z and B were separating assets months ago. Time for the tea party. Sip, sip, sip. Now, thank you, Holly W. Let's get into that. Thank you, Holly W. Listen, at the end of the day, I did tell y'all months ago, and everybody said I was a liar. Everybody said no. Everybody, the content they couldn't steal, they said it was not true. And now we see that what my sources were saying about Jay-Z and Beyonce separating assets seems to be more true than not. Again, time will tell. And baby, BuzzBee is bringing lawsuits. I will say this, and they weren't separating before. I truly hope they are separating now because, yeah, BuzzBee isn't playing. And the fact that Jay-Z didn't settle, but Jay-Z admitted that there are also multiple victims. Are other people naming him as a celebrity in Diddy's freak-offs? Again, some people said that, oh, also, there's a third woman, there's a celebrity woman that's named in the freak-offs. Some people said it's Beyonce. Jay-Z and Beyonce started dating or met in 2001, or they started dating in 2001. Hold on, let me ask my trustee, because this is important. Hold on. Hey, really quick, when did Jay-Z and Beyonce start dating? Okay, so this is important, right? But at the end of the day, if they haven't, they need to start. Ooh. So Jay-Z and Beyonce are believed to have started dating around 1999 or 2000. This happened at the 2000 BMAs. They kept their relationship very private in the early years. They first met in the late 1990s and collaborated on songs like '03, Bonnie and Clyde, and Crazy in Love in 2003, which helped confirm their relationship publicly. They eventually got married in April 4th, 2008. Oh, gosh. So there's a female, well, we'll get into that in the lawsuit, but there's also a celebrity woman. Everybody thinks it's Beyonce. Are we sure it's not J-Lo? J-Lo's the obvious choice. J-Lo was Diddy's girlfriend at that time. But then again, who knows with that group? The Black Barbie 777 said his firstborn son's mother was 14, 15 years old. Who is it? Are you talking about? Are you Alaquandra? I'm sorry, and the Black Barbie 777. Do you mean Beyonce, or do you mean that girl that's rumored to be Jay-Z's first baby's mom? If you don't know what I'm talking about, we'll get into the speculation later. Andrea Britt, thank you so much for the super sticker. Alaquandra Glover, you guys, we're about to get back to this. I just want to get to these super chats. It'll be quick. Alaquandra Glover said Jay-Z was messing with Foxy Brown since she was 14 years old. Now, I don't know nothing about that. I know I was the only person that didn't speak on the rumors about Jay-Z messing with Foxy while she was a little kid. And Foxy wanted to put me on her Instagram stories to embarrass me, but just ended up looking stupid herself. Because at the end of the day, I said what I said. And please go watch the video to see what I said. She tried to embarrass me and ended up looking dumb. I don't know anything about that, but I know it was misplaced anger. She needs to go talk to all of TikTok and everybody else that's actually spreading those rumors. Anyway, people are saying that it's weird that Foxy, Free, all these people came out. I don't know. Let's see what Jay-Z's doing. Sarah, thank you so much for gifting a membership. You guys say thank you to Sarah. Shamala says, did he protect girls while he was on tour with R. Kelly? Now, Shamala, That's a good damn point. Go back into that because you know what? That's a good point. He said, where are you at? He said, he said, my only heartbreak is for my family. I believe there's your answer. But Shamala, you make a good point. Did Jay-Z protect girls while he was on tour with R. Kelly? My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence, but you wasn't mourning it when after R. Kelly was exposed as being a weirdo, you decided to still go out and go on. Sorry, you decided to still go out and also go on tour with that mug. Okay. Um, so you mourn in the loss of innocence, but this is what I always say about celebrities. People be capping them because they got money, they got fame, they got power. But at the end of the day, a lot of people only care about the people they know, they love. They don't care about kids, they care about their kids. They don't care about women, they care about the women they love. That's it, right? Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. Again, it's malice, but is it lies? B, what's up, girl? B, thank you for being a member for 39 months. You said ways to support our girl. Like this live, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell. Okay, you guys, let's thank you so much, B. I appreciate you so much. I'm gonna give you a call. Thank you so much, B. You guys, show B some love in the chat for being the best moderator out there. Now, let me just say this because it needs to actually be said, right? It needs to actually be said. Um, what is Jay-Z talking about? So anyway, Tony BuzzBee clapped back, right? He's on Twitter. This just came in, you guys, so you don't have to run to Twitter. Regarding Tony BuzzBee speaks of a Southern accent. Let's start reading in accents. Regarding the Jay-Z case and his efforts to silence my clients, Mr. Carter previously denied being the one who sued me and my firm. He filed his frivolous case under a pseudonym. What he fails to say in his recent statement is my firm sent his lawyer a demand letter on behalf of an alleged victim, and that victim never demanded a penny from him. Instead, she only sought a confidential mediation. Since I sent the letter on her behalf, Mr. Carter has not only sued me, but he has tried to bully and harass me and this plaintiff. His conduct has had the opposite effect. She is emboldened. I'm very proud of her resolve. As far as the allegations in the complaint filed, we'll let the filing speak for itself, and we'll litigate the facts in court, not in the media. Again, Tony BuzzBee brings up some good points. Jay-Z talking about, surely if they're really victims, if these victims wanted justice, they would go to the police. Do you not think? Tony BuzzBee looked at him and said, I think I will see your ass in court. Good day, sir. And Jay-Z is like, yeah, but good. I said good day, sir. And just shut that door. Also, this is another thing. Jay-Z previously denied being the one who sued him and the firm. And he filed a frivolous case under a pseudonym. They're saying that it was blackmail and extortion. He's saying his heart breaks for his child because he had to sit his child down. Had to sit his child down and explain to her what was going on. But if you really cared so much about the privacy, why didn't you actually sit down in mediation? Because if you had proof that this was all lies, you could have shown this in mediation. And the case would have fallen apart and you wouldn't have even gotten to this point. Okay, Jay-Z. Thank you, Mr. BuzzBee, for enlightening us. Super Christian, my world. What's up, Super Christian? Said, now Jay-Z, by sitting your daughter, he said, now Jay-Z, by sitting your daughter down, you mean putting her on that bed while, I can't read that on loud. You guys, keep the super chats PG. However, I think what my world is trying to say, I'm gonna get the PG version, right? At the end of the day, R. Kelly, he is a monster. He is a known monster. People still tried to make excuses for him until his own daughter came out and said she was also a victim of that monster, that unfortunately she has to call a father. Sorry, I'm looking. Where's my lip gloss? For a monster that, oh, here we go. For a monster that she has to call a father. Anyway, you guys, listen. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. Let's get back into these legal documents, because BuzzBee is saying you can talk all this mess. You can try to call me everything but a child of God. We will see you in court, sir. Again, Jay-Z is reeling. Rock Nation is kneeling. There has been a big upset in Rock Nation. It has not been reported to the media. This is an exclusive. However, there has been the co-president of Rock Nation has either been fired or resigned. Either been fired or resigned. In light of all this going on, it seems really, really strange. You're not going to find it in the news. So if anybody gets the story, you're going to have to credit me. But he has either been fired or resigned. There is a big shakeup going on in Rock Nation. There's a big shakeup going on with Jay-Z. And if you remember, Jay-Z was doing a lot of out the blue social justice where he was defending the women, I think in Kansas, where one of the sheriffs were raping women. And it's a horrible thing. And I remember applauding and being like, you know what? Maybe we need to take it easy on Jay-Z. He seems to be doing a lot of social activism. And now people are saying that it's nothing but a smokescreen so he can buy some goodwill and credit. I will say, I've said it once and I said it again. Diddy needs to see if he can buy Jay-Z's lawyer, Alex Sparrow. But Alex doesn't take losing cases, so good luck. All right, you guys, let's get into these legal documents. They're really, really disturbing. It is a trigger warning, but there are some clues that everybody missed that I think that we need to actually talk about this again. For instance, right? Listen. Woo! Who said it? YM Droid said, Tiso, why do you have BuzzBee sounding like Matlock? All those voices said, thank you for the super sticker. YM Droid, thank you so much. Matlock. Potato Gun Camper said, time for Jay-Z to lose those gigs with the NFL. See, here's the thing, right? Jay-Z is innocent till proven guilty. But hold on, y'all. I'm just going to turn my camera off for one quick second. Sorry, I muted myself too. I'm just turning my camera off for 1 second. I'll be right back. Let me just say this, right? If I really honestly don't know what to make of all this, and I'm being serious, because at the end of the day, Jay-Z never denied anything. He never denied anything. Tony BuzzBee gave more of a denial. He's not even the one being sued, at least not by Jay-Z. This whole thing with the Super Bowl, yo, is this a Me Too movement for the whole industry? Because why in the world is all this being allowed to happen and no one is actually saying anything and everybody's being quiet? I don't know. I do find it odd that at the end of the day, no matter how big a Jay-Z fan you are, how come nobody ever questions him about him being besties with Harvey Weinstein, him being besties with R. Kelly, him being besties with Diddy, and he just gets to go away with it each and every time. Really quick, as we lead up to this lawsuit that we actually have, we're about to read the court documents. Let me just put this on the Summer Jam screen. We're about to read the court documents if I can get past there. Hold on. Forgot how to use my computer. Tony BuzzBee said he's been sued. This is when he said that he was sued by a former client, and Tony BuzzBee is now claiming that Jay-Z's people are behind this former client, and that they shook the tree and harassed everybody he's ever known to get them to come out and say something negative about him, and to also say that he is abusive. Quinn Emanuel Law and Sullivan said um, they filed a lawsuit today in California against Anthony Tony BuzzBee. I guess Jay-Z's residence is in California. They did buy that $200 million mansion, but I didn't know they made California their official residence. Also, Jay-Z came out, like BuzzBee said, and denied it was him. So I honestly thought this was Kevin Hart. Apologies to Kevin Hart. I really thought it was Kevin Hart. Anyway, right? BuzzBee, uh, they sued Tony BuzzBee for, this is a press release, for extortion based on BuzzBee's threats of publicizing false information for financial gain. Again, in the lawsuit, Quinn Emanuel states that Tony BuzzBee has established a pattern of leveling baseless, fabricated, and malicious allegations at high-profile individuals and threatening to name them publicly if they fail to pay exorbitant sums of money. BuzzBee then uses his money to fund his lavish lifestyle. I'm confused. Isn't that what all lawyers do? You use the money you win to fund your lifestyle. What is what? Is this not what all lawyers do? What are they talking about? Let's keep going. They said it's all fabricated. Listen, he established a pattern of leveling baseless, fabricated, and malicious allegations. Again, were they baseless, fabricated, and malicious against Jay-Z? He's deployed money to fund, he uses his money to fund this lavish lifestyle. He has deployed these threats and letters, statements to the press and his website and on social media in recent months to try and shake down well-known individuals. His tactics are unethical so let me get this straight. And can y'all let me know in the comments? Can you put a 1 in the comments if you actually believe that Jay-Z was in those freak offs? Can you put a 2 in the comments if you think, you know what, I'm gonna withhold judgment? Yeah, because Jay-Z's statement changed your mind. So put a 1 in the comments if you actually believe the lawsuit and you think that he was in the freak offs, and put a 2 in the comments if that statement, Jay-Z's statement, swayed you and you're gonna wait to court to actually find out more information. 1, 1, 1, 1. Is anybody gonna put a 2? Purple put a 2. 1, 1, 1. King's Corner Nick put a 2. Who else put a 2? Can you guys let me know? Listen. Oh, yeah. We gotta talk about MIA. Also, whose name is being thrown around a lot. Yes, I know, is Snoop's name too, but we gotta talk about Jay-Z. Because at the end of the day, Jay-Z has a case right now, so that's what we gotta talk about. Quirky Circle said, LOL, I meant professionally and EDU. I thought it might be legal since you read court docs and know how to find public records. y'all hyping me up. Half the time y'all say I'm illiterate lisp. Let's keep going on, right? Let's see. Let's keep going. Okay, let's get into these legal documents, okay? I'll keep you up to date, posted on whatever's saying, and then we're going to talk about what's going on with Rock Nation. Okay, here is the new updated and amended lawsuit. Let's add this with no further ado. Woo, let's get into this. They said defendant Sean Combs, along with his longtime friend and collaborator, Sean Carter, aka Jay-Z, aka Blue Ivy's daddy, aka Beyonce's man. I wonder how big this is gonna go. Do you think that Beyonce is gonna stick by for all this? Because my sources are telling me, well, you know what? Do you think that this is the first stone thrown and there's going to be a million other people after this? They're just looking to see how successful this girl is bringing Jay-Z to heel. And do you think that Jay-Z will be named as a co-defendant in Diddy's case? Now, I don't know if he is involved in sex trafficking, but I don't know. There's a lot going on in Rock Nation right now, and I think we're going to hear about it soon. Okay, so again, from the day, Sean Combs, along with his longtime friend and collaborator, Sean Carter, rugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at an after party following the 2000 Video Music Awards. Another celebrity stood by and watched as Diddy and Jay-Z took turns assaulting the minor. Many others were present at the after party, but did nothing to stop the assault. They said how many people were in that room? Hold on, I have a question. Hold on. I got a question because y'all know I'm a stickler for words, and this makes a difference. When somebody says many, how many does that usually imply? Pardon the pun. Like some is anything less than 100%. A few is 3, right? A couple is 2. How many does many imply? Sorry, I just need to get to the bottom of that. Words matter. I want to get to the bottom of that. No. Many, like MANY. Okay. Apparently. Okay, so when someone says many, it generally implies a large but indefinite number. Many, in casual terms in the English language, many often starts at around 7 to 10 or more. But there is relative context. If you're discussing something with inherently large numbers, like stars in the sky, many could be thousands or many. For example, if somebody says many friends, that might mean 10 to 20 people. Many hours could mean 6 or more hours. Okay, it's definitely more than a few. So a few is always 3 people. So Tony BuzzBee is alleging that there were at least 4 people around, but in casual terms, and he is a lawyer, many means 7 to 10. So Tony BuzzBee is, and not even Tony BuzzBee, the victim, the 13-year-old victim is implying that there were at least 7 to 10 at least people around standing, watching Diddy and Jay-Z go at it, and nobody did a thing as they took turns assaulting her. Many others were present at the after party, but did nothing to stop it. Many is at least 7 to 10. Diddy has been allowed for years to conduct himself in this manner without any consequences. He believes he is above the law. He is not. His close friend, Sean Carter, has been with Diddy during many such instances described herein. Both perpetrators must still face justice. So Tony BuzzBee is also saying that, or at least implying that this lawsuit is the tip of the iceberg. They said that Jay-Z has been with Diddy during many such instances described herein. For decades, defendant Combs abused, molested, raped, assaulted, threatened, and coerced women, minors, and others for sexual gratification, to assert dominance and to conceal his abhorrent conduct. He's accomplished these acts through criminal enterprise, blah, 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 blah. I'm skimming through because we already read this. I'm going to skim through and find the Jay-Z parts. Blah, 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 blah. Da, 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 da. Okay, this is just about his business empire. Blah, 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 blah. Da, 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 da. Hold on, we're just getting through this. I just want to find the part about Jay-Z really quick. Okay, they said, did he fancy using the popular date rape drug Rufinol, or GHB to commit heinous non-consensual acts of sexual violence and rape onto countless victims? The important thing that I wanted to read, that is, if they were on GHB, there is no way that anyone, including hold on, I'm gonna turn my camera off for 1 second. There is no way that anybody, including Jay-Z, could say that he thought for a second this was consensual, because everybody that has filed a lawsuit and everybody that has testified in court, or even just given their testimony in public, not even related to Diddy, about having basically been roofied, everybody has said the same thing about the way they act. You're kind of like a zombie. You follow instructions. There's no way that anybody in that room, whether it's Jay-Z or not, could not have known that that person was rugged. Additionally, a lot of people are saying that this was what was expected with the Diddy specials. Um, let's see, pervasive. Let's get into this. Hold on. Adult survivors. Hold on. I'm getting to the part with Jay-Z. This is just the latest and greatest of everything Diddy's been accused of and more. Um, da, 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 da. Yeah, look at this. It's like 20 paragraphs basically talking about Diddy's long history of violence against women, of rugging people, of doing this, of doing that, and da da da. Oh, here we go. Defendant Carter is. Oh, Defendant Carter is, like Diddy, a wildly successful rapper and businessman. Jay-Z and Diddy have a long history together. Jay-Z met and began collaborating musically with Diddy in the 1990s. Diddy and Jay-Z rose together to the very top of the hip hop industry in terms of fame and influence by the end of that decade. Diddy and Jay-Z were not simply occasional collaborators in the music industry. The two men developed a close friendship that has been well documented from the late 1990s to the present. Together, they attended countless music industry events, events for each other's business ventures, parties, and the after parties. Again, the freak offs are alleged to happen in the after parties. Indeed, the two are apparently so close that Diddy stated in 2023 that Jay-Z is the only person other than Diddy's mother who is allowed to call him his legal first name of Sean. In 2000, at the height of their fame, power, and influence, Diddy and Jay-Z attended the 2000 Video Music Awards in New York City. Afterwards, Diddy hosted an after party for many of the most famous celebrities in the music industry and entertainment industry, including Jay-Z, which is where the events alleged in this complaint occurred. Woo! Yo, why didn't Jay-Z settle? Well, we see now even Jay-Z seems like he's implying that there's other victims. So BuzzBee probably has them. So again, if you settle with one, BuzzBee knows he has you. You're gonna have to settle with all. Um ba 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 ba. Okay, so they have Bad Boy Entertainment, Bad Boy, records, Bad Boy Ada, this, that, and the third. Ba 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 ba. Then they have the defendants organization, Doe's 1 to 100. He could have anonymous corporations in Wyoming, Nevada, or even overseas. Oh, let's get into Jay-Z's finance. Defendant John Carter is a male who, on information and belief, maintains residences in both New York and Los Angeles. Defendant Carter is more commonly known by his industry name, Jay-Z. Jay-Z was identified in plaintiff's original complaint as Celebrity A. Prior to the filing of this amended complaint, Jay-Z received a letter from plaintiff's counsel requesting a mediation to resolve this matter. Upon present information and belief, Jay-Z responded to this letter by not only filing an utterly frivolous lawsuit, but by also orchestrating a conspiracy of harassment, bullying, intimidation against plaintiff's lawyers, their families, employees, and former associates in an attempt to silence plaintiff, the 13-year-old, from naming Jay-Z herein. This effort was meant to scare the 13-year-old and to discredit her counsel. That effort failed. Indeed, she chose to file this amendment as a result of this egregious conduct conducted by Jay-Z. Each of Jay-Z's Combs corporations, blah, blah, blah. Now, here's what's interesting. They're suing all of Diddy's organizations, but they're not suing Jay-Z. Oh, I see why. So if you don't know, we'll just go back to the pages. They're suing a bunch of Diddy's organizations. They're suing Diddy, Bad Boy Records, Daddy's House, Daddy's House Recordings. Remember when who was it? Meek Mills and who was it? Meek Mills and Diddy were in that pool, or they were dancing. He's like, "Yeah, I like that, Daddy. You deserve it, Daddy." Guess he was at Daddy's house anyway, right? They're suing Bad Boy Entertainment Holdings. If you notice, none of Jay-Z's companies are being sued. However, Jay-Z is being sued. I believe one of the reasons Jay-Z's companies are not being sued is because the party that Diddy was at was either financed, thrown, funded by one of Diddy's organizations. Everything was paid for by Diddy or his business organizations. Jay-Z was just there as a guest, so he wasn't there as an official capacity for Rockefeller Records. He wasn't there as a CEO. He wasn't there as this, but he was there so they can go after his personal assets and also his public persona. Interestingly enough, also, they can't go after his work assets, but they can go after him publicly, his persona, and actually sue him. Jay-Z is not broke. I'm sure he has plenty of money in his own accounts. Now, I don't know. This is actually really, really weird to me because you're there as a guest. You never said anything in this lawsuit is a lie. You said that you weren't the person that sued. According to Tony BuzzBee, you said you weren't the person that filed the lawsuit for extortion, but you were the person that sued him for extortion. It's a lot. Okay, so anyway, jurisdiction and venue, California, blah, 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 blah. For anybody that wants to actually get in on this, if you have information, go and contact Tony BuzzBee or vice versa. Anyway, right? On or around September 7, 2000, plaintiff, then 13 years old, had her friend drive and drop her off near Radio City Music Hall in New York so she could attend the Video Music Awards. Attending the VMAs was on her bucket list, and she believed she could gain entry. She arrived at the venue and saw large crowds gathering as artists and entertainers began arriving. She was very excited. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people were critical. She's 13. What's she doing outside? This sounds to me like a kid who was 13 that watched too much Lizzie McGuire, watched too much That's So Raven, thought life was a joke, and didn't know the evil that was out there. It also sounds like maybe both parents worked. Maybe she lied and said she was on her friend's house. I do want to say this for the people that are trying to blame not only this girl or boy or anyone that's under the age. The reason why there is an age of consent is because even the law, the stupidity of teenagers, the stupidity of adolescents is so infamous that the law had to codify it. No matter how smart you, me, we thought we were, you are by legal definition an idiot. You make bad decisions. You make foolhardy decisions. That is why the age of consent for children is how old? Exactly. Because they recognize that part of the job description of being a minor is making horrible life decisions. Hence the role of parents. So for anyone that would criticize what she would be doing this, whether you think she was being fast or not, no, she was fulfilling her job to the fullest extent of the law. And the job of a child, according to the law, is to make horrible decisions. And that's why the law protects them from their decisions. Anyway, let's move on, right? So the girl arrived at the venue and saw the very large crowds gathering as artists and entertainers began arriving. She was so excited. As the event began, much of the crowd moved inside. But the plaintiff, without a ticket, well, she remained outside with others, and she watched the VMAs on a jumbotron. But she was determined to get into the VMAs or an after party. She approached several limousine drivers parked near me and attempted to talk her way into it. Now, one of the limousine drivers she spoke to claimed to work for Diddy. The driver told her that Diddy liked younger girls and said she fit what Diddy was looking for. And while not allowing her into the awards, he invited her to the after party. Now, this to me is some of the most damning information. I don't think that Diddy messing up with a youngin, I don't think that was a blip. I don't think that was a bug in the system. I think this is design. For some reason, if these victims can be believed, and I believe the victims that have filed civil and or criminal suits, it is what it is, right? Um, listen, at the end of the day, I, I listen, at the end of the day, it is what it is. But I do think that Jay-Z is 100. Oh, and Diddy. It's really sick when you think about it because there's something where they want to be around younger people. Okay. So, anyway, right? So, anyway, the driver's like, yo, I got to drive Diddy and others to the after party first. But if you come to this location after the event, I'm going to pick you up and I'm going to take you to the after party. She was like, for real? She said later that evening, she excitedly returned to the same location and waited for what seemed to be a very long time. The driver eventually returned and drove her to what he described as an after party. After approximately 20 minutes, she arrived at what she believed, to be a large white residence with a gated U-shaped driveway. Now, this does sound like one of the places Diddy stayed at. Once inside, two men asked her to sign a document, which she did not read, but which she now believes to have been a non-disclosure agreement. Now, even if she did sign a non-disclosure, y'all know we've all been watching Matlock. Even if she just signed it, a child, of course, can sign a degree, a project, but it's not legally binding. That NDA, you can use it for toilet paper. Why? Because contracts that minors sign, they can become ratified at 18. So let's just say you sign a loan, and when you turn 18, you ratify it. Ratified is when you take an action or give notice that you acknowledge that it is legally binding, sending a payment, saying, okay, I'll pay the loan. But if you turn 18, you can nullify that contract because legally you could not consent to enter into a contract because you were a minor. So even though they had her sign an NDA, it's not worth the paper it was printed on. However, when people are being unscrupulous, they have you sign false NDAs. Why? Because even though they know it won't hold up in a court of law, a lot of people get scared about law. A lot of people get scared about suing. So when you give them the NDA to sign, right? When they go to sue, they're just like, wait, I can't say anything because I signed an NDA. It's like when you go to the coat check and they give you that ticket that says, we're not responsible for lost items. If you're leaving this on your own accord, and if we lose your coat, oh wow, that's the risk you took. And a lot of people think when they lose things in the coat check that they signed a release. They didn't. They give you that, but that's not legally binding because it was a bailee relationship, meaning I left my stuff in your duty of care and you had a responsibility to reasonably watch it. If I come back and my fur coat's gone, I can sue you for the cost of my fur coat. It doesn't matter because there's certain liability that I can't give away. Anyway, let's get back into this, right? So anyway, I think I was to say that paper ain't worth the paper it's printed on, right? Plaintiff did not read it, but she now believes it to be a non-disclosure agreement. Also, can you guys hit that like button? I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow and have some great things coming up for 2025. I lie to you not. And I'm clocking in and working this week. Okay? So don't worry. You don't have to keep watching people that don't ramble like I do. I'm going to be back this week. Okay? She was told that she could not discuss what happened at the party. She gave the men her name and signed the form, but did not receive a copy. Oh, inside the building, she recognized many celebrities as she entered and what appeared to be a large living room or a foyer containing a large crowd. She tried to mingle in the crowd and talk to several of the celebrities that she recognized and whom she wanted to see at the VMAs. Now, let me just say this. Every celebrity that was at that party is trash. How are you at a party and you see a 13-year-old freaking out? And I don't care how grown she looked in the face. I don't care how grown she looked in the body. She was 13 years old. I can imagine the way she was acting like an exciting puppy. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I'm a big fan. The fact that you saw a little kid there and nobody bothered to say, hey, let me put you in a cab. What are you doing here? Do your parents know you're here? Hmm. Waitstaff circulated through the room carrying trays of drinks, and loud music played throughout the venue. She observed widespread drug use, including Mary Jane and Coca Cola. After attempting to talk to numerous celebrities, she accepted a drink from one of the waitresses circulating in the crowd. The drink was a reddish yellow mixture that tasted like orange juice, cranberry juice, and something bitter. After drinking just a portion of that drink, she began to feel woozy and lightheaded, making her need to lie down. A photograph of the actual container used by Diddy and his agents' employees to insert GHB into alcoholic drinks is seen below. Looking for a place to rest, she walked down what appeared to be a hallway containing several rooms off of it. She entered what appeared to be an empty bedroom, so she could lie down for a moment. She did not lock the door. This room contained only a large bed with no furniture of any other kind, no television or other furnishings. Now, let me just say this, right? Y'all remember what leaked about Diddy throwing Meek Mill's his birthday party? And the host, it was in some mansion that looked like Count Chocula's mansion. And the host actually said, not the host, but the owner actually said that, like, yo, it was filthy. There were dirty corners, there were dirty bed sheets. It was disgusting, like blood-stained bed sheets. It was disgusting. But one thing that really stood out to me was, even though it was a historical mansion, Diddy demanded that they be able to install fire detectors everywhere they wanted in the property. I do believe that is how Diddy actually taped people without their consent in freak offs. They put cameras in these fake fire detectors that were all over the ceilings, because nobody's going to say that something's a fake detector. But also, and this goes into this, she said she did not lock the door. Diddy, at that historical mansion, actually paid like thousands of dollars for them to replace all the locks temporarily, because they said the doors were like ancient antique locks, door handles, stuff. Paid them thousands of dollars to change all the door locks on every single room in that mansion. And there were a gang of rooms, right? In every single room in that mansion, so that the door could be locked from the inside and the outside with just the key. And Diddy was the only person that could be given a copy of the key. And that was a demand that they made. And they paid tens of thousands of dollars to make it happen. Again, weird. Soon after, Diddy entered the room along with Jay-Z and a female celebrity. He calls her Celebrity B. Now, listen, we got to talk about the elephant in the room. Jay-Z and Beyonce are rumored to have started dating somewhere between 1999 and 2001. This is the VMAs for 2000. So a lot of people think that it might be Beyonce. He even named this person Celebrity B, right? We're going to get into this. I'm going to read it, but we got to talk about this. Pause. Dame Dash, pause. I know Dame Dash is sitting there laughing his butt off right now. I know he probably called, I know the feds are like, ring a ding ding, right? And literally, the feds are calling Dame Dash, and Dame Dash is like, ring a ding ding, ring a ding ding. Hold on, y'all, really quick. Anyway, I know they are saying ring a ding ding, ring a ding ding, and Dame Dash is telling him everything that he knows, that he said, that he can remember, right? But I do want to say this. I think, and again, what do I know? Because we are going to actually, I think, and what do I know? Because we are going to, come here, pumpkin. Sorry. I think that we're going to find out that it is actually, well, I don't know who it's going to be because I don't want to get sued. But I think, isn't the obvious choice J Lo? J Lo was Diddy's girlfriend, right? J-Lo, there are a bunch of pictures at this actual VMA after party with Diddy. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull up the picture. Hold on. Pictures of J-Lo at the 2000 VMA after party with Diddy. Right here. Look at the screen. Right there. This is Diddy and J-Lo. Now, right here, it looks like Diddy is yelling at J-Lo. Something's going on, right? But this is them right there at the VMA after party. She's wearing that ugly dress. It was ugly then. It was ugly now. This is it right here, right there. This is the after party right now. Her dancing on the couch. This is right when that girl was wandering in a room. Do you think he's telling J-Lo to come into the room? I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going. So, who do y'all think Celebrity B is? Put a one in the comments if you think that it is J-Lo. Again, I do also want to say really quick, and a lot of people don't remember this because Beyonce is Beyonce now, right? Super talented, super gorgeous, super well respected. She was just named the artist of the 21st century. But when Beyonce and Jay-Z first started dating, a lot of people were always talking Trump. Beyonce didn't have the motion that she has now. There were years that Jay-Z did not claim Beyonce. And I think a lot of people forget that. Now Jay-Z is making sure Beyonce is with him every second. But back then, Jay-Z was actually the bigger star. And Beyonce was with Destiny Child. And don't get me wrong, she had a little motion, but she had yet to go single with Crazy in Love. So it was Destiny's Child. And even then, Destiny's Child was like a girl group, popular, but they weren't like the cultural lexicons. Jay-Z and Beyonce wrote an album about it called Lemonade. Jay-Z was not claiming Beyonce back then. She wasn't. Jay-Z was in the streets hard. Why do I say this? Who knows who's in that room? I think there's a big chance that it's J-Lo. That was Diddy's girlfriend. Diddy was at the party, the BMAs, this and that. But also, I think Jay-Z would have, I'll just say it. I'm trying to walk around. I think Jay-Z wouldn't have even taken Beyonce because he probably wanted to just go cheat all night. So he wouldn't have, not even cheat. He wasn't claiming her. He wanted to be free. Like they weren't married and he wasn't taking her seriously. Or maybe he was, but it was secret. Back between 1999 and 2001, from what I understand when you read all the blogs. But correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so let's get into the dirty nitty gritty. Soon after, Diddy entered into the room along with Sean Carter and a female celebrity, Celebrity B. All right. She immediately recognized all three celebrities. Diddy aggressively approached her with a crazed look in his eyes, right? Grabbed her and said, "You ready to party?" Wait, we got to do the mouth breather. You ready to party? You know that breath be stinking. Diddy be high on Tucci, breathes out his mouth. I don't know. I just feel like, oof, when he comes close. Anyway, Diddy then threw her toward a wall, causing her to fall. She got up and stumbled, at which point Diddy grabbed her again and threw her on the bed. At that point, Jay-Z began removing her clothes as she grew more and more disoriented. She was held down by Jay-Z as he, while Diddy and Celebrity B watched. After Jay-Z finished, he stepped back toward the wall. Diddy then stepped forward and also, while Jay-Z and the person watched. First of all, and I will say this, I know I am known to have very quaint, provincial, if you say, proclivities, right? I and listen, that's listen, I have very quaint provincial proclivities. I have never been a part of this. I'm not knocking anyone that consensually is like y'all like spice in y'all life like that. It's not for me, and it better not be for my man, right? But can y'all let me go into the chat real quick because I have a real question. Is it normal that when people are having group love, that everybody is standing against the wall like they're extras in a horror movie, waiting like mother says? Why they're taking turns? Do you like? I guess what do people do while they waiting for their turn? Do they hang out against the wall or like? Can y'all let me know? Can y'all let me know? Listen, but can y'all? I want somebody in the we won't judge you, Tattletales. We are an open bunch. When you are involved in group love, do they? Because that sounds very ritualistic. That sounds like something out of a horror movie. They just all sitting there. Mother, may I? Mother, may I? And you're just like, help. And they're like, Mother, may I? And then one person gets off, right? While a chain is like hitting you in the face, and they stand against the wall, and the other person comes and they breathing on your face, and you look over helpless, and they're just all sitting there like it's like a scene out of The Ring, like, Mother, may I? Like, what in the world goes on in those group love things? I don't know. I thought it was more eyes wide shut. I know it's not funny, but shut up. We can't cry every day of the year. God, what is wrong with y'all? We know it's not funny, but we can't cry every day of the year. Jesus Christ. Again, this is not laughing at what she went through. This is laughing at the audacity. Like is this what happens in group love? What is going on? Listen, I just don't know. Listen, I don't know. Anyway, they all standing there just watching, and Celebrity B is just sitting there watching. What the hell? These weirdos. They are weird. They are weird. Okay, so anyway, Jay-Z held her down, and great. Again, for people saying, I heard some idiots, not here, of course, but people out in the netosphere being like, oh, she wanted it. This is just a setup, blah, 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 blah. Here's why I think that everybody that's named in this lawsuit is so worried about it. For you to grape a minor, it doesn't matter if she sat there and sent you a million Snapchats and did like a little show and dance and blah, 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 blah. And literally, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they, man or, minor, boy, girl, reach down. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you are not allowed to touch youngins. That's just it. It don't matter if they wanted it. It don't matter if they seduced you. It don't matter if they begged for you. Oh, well, you are an adult. Show some self-control. So when he puts in that they held her down and raped her, it doesn't matter whether she consented or not. It's illegal. You can't do that. That's why we have laws. Remember, going back to teenagers and children are so notorious for always making the worst decision they can in their lives. And their bad, dumb decision making is so notorious that the law in every country on this earth had to get involved and make an age of consent because they're bad decisions. Again, I said it once and I'll say it again. You, me, we, no matter how smart we were, how slick we thought we were idiots. We were idiots. And looking back, we're like, yeah, we were idiots. But back then, the law recognizes that your job description as a child is to be stupid and make the worst possible decisions you can. That's your job. That's your job description as a child, right? And your job description as a parent is to make sure that they don't make any bad decisions that will irreparably ruin their life. That's the job description. That's the title. All right. Listen, yeah, again, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether you think they were asking for it or not. And I'm not saying that anybody in checks. I know nobody would be so stupid to say that. What I am saying is this is if all this victim has to do is prove that there was some type of intercourse and her case is done. It's a slam dunk. It's a slam effing dunk. And I think also this was at the VMAs. I think also it's a slam dunk, but I also think that like whoever wrote Jay-Z's statement is begging for criminal charges to be filed. And I get it's a show of bravado, but you sure you wanna okay. Anyway, right? So she was held down by Jay-Z. After they finished, he stepped back toward the wall. Diddy then stepped forward. And also, that's the last thing I'm gonna say because I can't get around. Ew. Did any of these mofos use protection? Did any of these mofos fear for their lives? What in the world is going on? Anyway, right? Um, listen. After Jay-Z finished, he stepped back toward the wall. Diddy then stepped forward and blah, 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 while Jay-Z and this celebrity woman watched. Diddy then knocked her down and attempted to force her to perform sloppy toppy on him. She fought back, standing up quickly and punching out at the same time, hitting him in the neck. Taken aback, he stopped his attempt. When Diddy backed away in surprise, she grabbed her clothes and her shoes and she ran out the bedroom, holding her dress in front of her like a towel. She ran around the residence until she found the front door and was able to leave the party. Although there were other guests still at the party, no one appeared to take notice of her distress or attempted to help her. How do you see somebody running around naked, like screaming, trying to get out, and everybody just. Once outside, she put her clothes back on and left the scene in the dark. Now, she attempted to retrace the route taken by the lemon driver. She kept running until she reached the gas station and she noticed on the way to the party. The female clerk noticed her distress and allowed her to use the phone. Now, here's the thing. Remember how I said if they can prove that this happened, it's a slam dunk case? And this might be why they're waging a public war in the media instead of like calling her a liar and suing her for defamation. Because that's another thing. Jay-Z's issuing all these things about to Tony BuzzBee, you this, you that, you a bitch, you a mother, I'm a child, I'm a lover. Like you're saying all the stuff. But why haven't you launched your own defamation case against this client and Tony BuzzBee? I'm just saying, if it's all lies and if it never happened, hit him with that defamation case. Tony BuzzBee wants that smoke. But here's the thing. Remember I said that it's a slam dunk if they can prove. Right now, this little tidbit, if they can prove it, a female clerk noticed her distress and allowed her to use the phone. Do you know how horror and stricken you have to be in order for a gas station attendant to let you use their phone? Now, I don't know if you've ever gone to a gas station at the middle of the night, but they literally act like they want you dead because you want $50 on pump 5. The fact that this girl came running and she looked so shaken that the female clerk was like, yo, okay, you can use the phone, calm down, blah, 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 blah. Let's also not forget this is a 13-year-old, probably got makeup smeared, hair look a mess, crying, the whole yard, literally looking like she just stepped out of a horror movie. Okay, so she called her father and admitted that she had lied about her whereabouts and asked him to pick her up. Her father arrived to pick her up shortly before dawn. This girl was out running around, got dressed in like 2 in the morning or however much, 3, 4, and ran to a gas station crying, hair messed up, makeup smeared, just feeling so degraded. And then you got to call your dad and admit, okay, I lied. I wasn't at debate club practice. Come get me. And it happened before dawn. I said after the assault, She fell into a deep depression, which continues to affect every facet of her life. She suffers from post traumatic stress disorder and a seizure disorder caused by stress and trauma. She's had difficulty maintaining normal relationships and lives largely withdrawn from society. Let me also say this too. I believe this. I do, just because I don't think somebody would lie about this and put this level of detail in it. Plus, it's filed in a court of law, which makes me think that they have evidence. But let me just say this, right? Right. Um, could you imagine this happened to you with two of the biggest superstars in the world? And everybody applauds them. Everybody wants to do this. Everybody wants to do that. And you're literally know what happened that night. And especially if that third celebrity was J-Lo, like, could you imagine watching her Amazon movie, The Greatest Love Story Never Told? You know what? Strike that, because nobody watched that mess. So crisis avoided. Okay, anyway, let's get into this, right? Calls to action. Let's see the calls to action against JC. First calls to action: by forcing sexual contact over plaintiff as a minor female, Sean Carter and Sean Combs, the two Seans, right, committed a crime of violence motivated by gender. Okay. The requirement. Okay. So they're going under the Gender Motivated Violence Act. They said the Combs businesses enabled and conspired with Diddy and Sean Carter to commit the crime. Okay. Okay. So he's only named once in the calls of action. Hold on. So Diddy's all up and down this. Okay. So they want compensatory damages for all physical injuries, emotional distress, physical harm, anxiety, humiliation, physical and emotional pain, suffering, family and social disruption, and other harm in the amount to be determined at trial, awarding punitive damages in the amount determined by trial, awarding attorney. Okay, I was temporarily muted. That's fine. We're gonna have to do the default thing. Thank you everybody for notifying me that my microphone had gone dead. I have talked myself out of it. You said, "Woo, okay." You said JC muted me. You guys, I've been silenced. I've been silenced, everybody. Muted. How long was I no sound? No sound. How long was I talking without sound? Wait, how long was I talking without sound? Can't hear you. Okay, so that's good. I was only talking for like 1 minute. That's pretty good for me, because usually anybody knows me, I'll get muted. Thank you, B. I'll get muted and be talking for 15 minutes and start doing like dances and stuff. The jokes be really good when I'm muted. Anyway, Diddy's this lawsuit is asking for lots of money. Give me lots of money. I will say this, right? I find it odd. Why did Jay-Z sue him anonymously? People are saying that they actually sued Tony BuzzBee anonymously
because it was meant to be a threat and a warning. They wanted him to drop this case. They wanted him to drop the lawsuit. But I gotta go back to what Diddy said. I'm sorry, what Jay-Z said in his statement. My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony BuzzBee. He had calculated what he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny that would make me want to settle. No, sir. It had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. Again, where's the MF in the denial? I see the ad hominem attacks. You think he's a fraud. You're not giving him you're giving him one penny, but you're not saying that he's lying or submitting false informations. You calculated the nature of these allegations. Okay, is that not what lawyers do? And the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. But that's what lawyers do. You did this yourself when you sued the perfume company. This is the thing about the celebrities that really gets me mad. They want to sue everybody and their mama. If somebody owed them a penny, they want to get sued. If somebody say a bad word about them, they want to sue that. And again, it's their right. You can sue whoever you want to sue. If you don't like something, we live in America, sue. So I don't fault them for that. And if somebody talks trash about them, I don't fault them for that. Do what you got to do. But it cracks me up that these people that will sue everybody for copywriting their songs, using their image, taking their stuff, plagiarizing their work, not paying them on time. These people that will sue at a drop of the hat. These celebrities then turn around and try to shame normal people for getting lawyers to fight with them to get them what they deserve. Jay-Z, how many lawsuits had Jay-Z and Alex Burrow like literally clapped for winning? How many people have Jay-Z sued? And Diddy. Because for them, they can sue. But then have the nerve to say, no, sir, I'm not giving you. This is a blackmail attempt. It's not blackmail when you do it. Okay. But again, this is the most interesting part. And a lot of people miss this. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Okay, first of all, that's none of your business. Again, they're trying to fight a PR war media campaign. Because if I was BuzzBee, I would say I would implore you to file a defamation suit if you're about that life. I would implore you to sue my client for filing a false lawsuit. I would implore you to sue me for filing a lawsuit that has no merit. Again, I say you raped a 13-year-old and you say these allegations are so bad, you should file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Sir, how about I file a criminal and a civil one? Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? Side note, Jay-Z said he wrote this whole letter in 32 minutes. Jay-Z don't even talk like this. What are you talking? Would you not agree? Why but this lets me know about Jay-Z's ego and image. The fact that he needed us to believe that he wrote this in 32 minutes on his iPhone. Baby, you waited 32 minutes for Alex Burrow and his legal team to send you this draft, and then you cut and pasted it into notes, probably added it, and I will not, right? And then copied it and pressed send. Shut up, you wrote this. But again, this is the most shocking part. These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. These alleged victims. Jay-Z is coming out and saying that there are other victims, and he believes that it would, if they deserved real justice, they would file as a criminal complaint, not a civil one. But you can file both, either or neither. If you have a problem with the way victims seek justice, I would implore you, right, to not make victims. Would you not agree? This lawyer, who I've done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these types of theatrics. But what does what he did with his other cases have to do with you? Because he also has a pattern of winning. He also has a pattern of winning. And like I said, I want literally, I don't care if you got to drop it low on the floor and sweep the courtroom to sway the jury. Do what you got to do as my lawyer. Like, what does this have to happen? I'm confused. So Jay-Z's lawyer doesn't do theatrics? Yeah, don't get me wrong. Alex Sparrow does classy theatrics, but they do theatrics. All lawyers do, especially when you're trying to do a public media campaign. I have no idea how you've come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. BuzzBee, but I promise you I've seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor and have neither honor nor dignity. I don't believe that this is the same Jay-Z that wrote Reasonable Doubt. I don't think this is the same Jay-Z that wrote the blueprint for it. This don't even sound like a syntax, and it sounds dumb. Why are you making these ad hominem attacks? Ninja, where's the denial? That's it. Like I said when I first started, if this was me, and again, it will never be me because I'm not, it'll never be me. You guys will never see me ever being sued for freak off like behavior, right? Maybe yelling at the girl at Target because I clearly asked her, can she go check in the back? And I saw her walk past the stock room and circle back through aisle 12 and be like, yeah, I just checked in the stock room. It's not there. Yeah, maybe that. But with this stuff, it's just so odd to me that all you had to say was, you are a liar. Your client is a liar. I am suing both of you for defamation. I'll see you in court. That's all you had to say. Instead, you gave us two pages of Heartbreak Hotel, the way, you are posting this on a Rock Nation account. You're clearly trying to get us a public sympathy. And I'll tell you what, Jay-Z is a lot more well-liked than Diddy. This actually might work, okay? But at the end of the day, you made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man. Who wrote this for him? I'm a young man. Stop it. Did ChatGPT write this for Jay-Z? Did Jay-Z have ChatGPT? I'm a young man. Are you on Diddy's Tucci? Where is the young man? Don't get me wrong. Jay-Z's not old. He's only like 55. Like, he's still got more life. Right? But young man, stop it. I'm a young man who made it out of the projects in Brooklyn. We don't play these type of games. We have very strict codes of honor. You literally were glorifying R. Kelly, put money in his pocket and turning the other way when he had his entourage touring with him. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Again, where's the denial? You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Is the girl's story telling the truth or not? Maybe BuzzBee is exploiting her. Maybe he is trying to get rich, but you have to have a grain of truth to get rich. They're not going to give you a settlement just based off of the word. They have to have some proof. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake psychics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied out against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. Again, he used kids plural. If not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, why is he acting like there's other victims, other kids? Am I the only one reading this? Am I reading it wrong? I'm a bit confused. I'm confused. Literally. I'm very, very confused. Can somebody let me know? Listen. Also, who's his band of conspiracy theorists and psychics? Hold on, y'all. Let me read these super chats real quick, and then we're going to get back into the Rock Nation and how they're having shake up. Hold on. Me. Oh, how cute. Me, so cute. What's up, me? I'm so cute. What's up? Nunya B said, thank you for becoming the newest member of the Tattletales House. Nunya B said, birds of a feather. Jay-Z is 1,000% guilty like Puff. Mixed Chick said, just saying hi, Tisa. What's up, Mixed Chick? What's up, Samantha? Hit the like button too for Tisa, please. Yes, y'all hit that like button. Also, Pure Passion Sweet says, do you think Mary J is a celebrity we're talking about? I don't know. Here's the thing. It could be anybody at this point, but J-Lo was Diddy's girlfriend. I think she co-hosted that party, and they were together that whole time. Like, she didn't leave the party early. Back then, J-Lo and Diddy were inseparable. Anyway, you might be right, though. Sarah said, zombie following instructions, aka Beyonce courtside, zoned out with Jay-Z after he cheated. Just click, just say partners have been victims too. I do remember her zoning out the thing, but I honestly think with that one, Jay-Z wasn't even claiming Beyonce back then. He was a dog. Y'all heard the Lemonade album. He literally, like, Beyonce had like a little bit of fame, but she's not Beyonce like she was now. And a lot of times people were talking about the way he wouldn't claim her, but Beyonce was trying to get claimed by him left, right, and a third. Listen, Myrna Shipley, thank you so much for the super sticker. Kim Marie said he should have spent more time on the statement. That triggered him. Normally, Jay-Z doesn't react so fast. First of all, I think that it's a lie. That I get you, but I also think that's a weird lie, and it shows like the way he's so attached to his ego and his image. Jay-Z filed a lawsuit against Tony BuzzBee for extortion. Tony BuzzBee put up a post that said, I ain't never been scared, and I'm going to see you in court, and I'm filing this. Jay-Z knew this was coming. He had prepared for this. Jay-Z is also $1 billion. He runs he has his fingers in pots, and he's attached to so many projects that so much money's on the table. Jay-Z's whole life has been him being very calculating, almost reptilian, in the way he can put his feelings aside and focus on what he wants. This is down to the R. Kelly and everything else. I don't think he knew this was coming. I don't think this was a surprise. I think he lied about taking 32 minutes. I think he lied about typing this by himself with no help on his iPhone. I think he lied about that. I really honestly do. It makes no sense. I think it's naive to believe that Jay-Z even has a discretion as the CEO, stock investor. He's with Jack Dorsey from Twitter. He's with Michael Rubin. They're trying to get a casino approved in Midtown Manhattan or Hell's Kitchen, wherever it is. There's no way he can actually like take that and just post something. There's just no way. On top of that, he had to get approval. He posted it not on his private account. He posted this on the Rock Nation Instagram account. That means he had to get approval from the Rock Nation social media manager, and because he's not the president or the CEO of Rock Nation. So he doesn't have the power to think. That means that he has to get approval from the social media team to get them to post it, because he can't post it from his phone. And on top of that, legal of Rock Nation had to review it and been like, all right, you can post it. There's no way all that happened in 32 minutes. And this statement was posted 32 minutes after BuzzBee put it up. There's no way that happened in 32 minutes. So why does Jay-Z want to lie and want us to believe that's what happened? Again, it's an obvious lie. We see through it. But when people do obvious lies, it really makes me think, Why do you want me to believe this obvious lie? Why is it so important I look at you like this? I get what you want me to believe. So now I have to reverse engineer and find out why you want me to believe that. Why? Because when we get to why you want me to believe that, we're getting into your motivation. And when we get into your motivations and we clearly understand your motivations, then we can decode any step you take because we understand what your ultimate goal is, the goal you're trying to hide. So again, I know everybody's just like, oh my God, who cares why? Why did you do that? As soon as we can find out why, we're in your head and we can predict your first, last, millionth move. Once you know someone's motivations, it's over, right? But again, why would you lie about that? There's no way it could be posted on Rock Nation's account in 32 minutes. That means you wrote it. But even then, it is a Sunday. At what time? You even have to get legal woken up out the bed. You got to get, yeah. Anyway, let's get this. But Kim Marie, I get your point. Sarah said, I don't think she's innocent, but perps can be victims. This is true too. Who are we talking about? Not the Jane Doe, right? Listen. Somebody said, if you're drunk signing an NDA, is it binding? Like the drum shop law, J-Lo or MJ. That's an interesting question. So here's the thing. If you are an adult, a child can't consent. But when it comes to actual legal consent, especially under the influence, if you're an adult and I give you a drink that you do not know is spiked with alcohol, and then you sign an NDA, then that NDA is not binding because I could not legally consent. Why? Because I had been given a substance that intoxicated me without my consent. And because of that, whatever I sign after that, I do not have the mental capacity to consent. However, if I go in there and I'm like, yo, bring me bring me a margarita, right? So I can like get through this contract. This contract's stressing me out. And I'm like, okay, bring me. And then 8 margaritas later, we're talking. I'm like, all right, give me the contract. I'll sign. That's legally binding because I chose to intoxicate myself. And when you choose to intoxicate yourself, the actions you perform, you're responsible for because you chose to put yourself in that situation. So if you give me something and I don't know, I can't consent. But if I chose to have a drink, same as I chose to have drinks, and I accidentally hit somebody in a drunk driving accident, I'm responsible because I chose to intoxicate myself. If I intoxicate myself and I physically or sexually assault someone, I'm responsible because I chose to intoxicate myself. So yeah, the NDA would be binding if you chose, but if you didn't, it's not binding. YM Droid said, get your independent ass out of here. Question, I'm not your man, not Ralph Transvant. That was Jay on the Minuteman remix, Sneak Disobey. I remember that. She said, get your independent ass out here. Question, I'm not your man, not Ralph Transvant. Yeah, that was some sneak dissing, Beyonce, which is really weird that you would take the time to sneak diss someone, a woman. Jay-Z. But true, YM Droid, true. Sarah said, if we don't laugh, we cry. Mother says, exactly. Clayton Holmes, thank you so much for becoming a member. Jovi Joe said, not you trying to figure out what they do. Many. Listen, every word has a meaning. The fact that he put many in there, I'm like, how many people were actually in that room with the whole freak off thing? Because here's the thing. The girl said that Jay-Z and Diddy did the thing and a female person watched. But anyway, let's move on because y'all gonna get mad because I'm making jokes. Anyway, Coco said, what's up, Coco? Coco 162010 said, Criminal cases can be pardoned. LOL. Jay-Z's lawyer is smart. That's why they don't want that civil suit. She has the right to make them pay. I agree. If you don't want a civil suit, then don't make any victims. But a victim can do a civil, they can do a criminal, or they can do both. If I was Tony BuzzBee, I would lodge the criminal complaint. But again, to Jay-Z's own thing, then why don't you just sue Tony BuzzBee? Anyway, and the girl for defamation. Clayton Holmes, thank you so much. Wow. Clayton, thank you so much for the super sticker. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, Lady D, thank you so much for the super sticker. John B said, love your take on children. If you have kids, they're blessed to have a mom like you. You have some high IQ that keeps it real, girl. Thank you so much, John B. I appreciate that. Also, Delta Tango said, was Aaliyah alive when this happened? Celeb B? No. Was Aaliyah alive in 2000? Hold on. Was Aaliyah alive in 2000? Oh, Aaliyah was alive in 2000. During that year, she was at the height of her career. She started in her first movie, Romeo Must Die. If at first you don't succeed, brush yourself up and try again. You can have, okay. Romeo Must Die, which was released in March 2000 and contributed to its soundtrack, including the hit song Try Again. Oh my God, Aaliyah passed away on August 25th, 2001 in a plane crash when returning from filming a music video in the Bahamas. Oh my God, Delta Tango. Oh my God. Oh, you know what? I don't even want to research her memory like that if there's no proof. But oh my God. Wow. Wow. Yo, you think Dame Dash? No, Dame Dash said he never went to a freak off. But I'm saying if Dame Dash was at that party, I'm sure he would be begging, right? Wow. Wow. Okay. So what else is going on? That's a good one. Christian, Super Christian Me World. Thank you so much. You said, teaser girl, buy yourself a better mic. They're good mics. I just don't ever charge anything. But whatever. But listen, when we get to 500K, we're going to have a big rebrand and a celebration. This is my promise to you. Also, Ahmad L, thank you. Oh my God, Ahmad, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. You guys, give a shout out to Ahmad and also Sarah for gifting memberships. Y'all make sure y'all say thank you to them. Kimberly Will said, Jay-Zitty. Everybody's so creative. That's a new thing. Listen, everybody say thank you to Kimberly Will, Jay-Zitty. Instead of Jay-Z, we're calling him Jay-Zitty. Until further notice, is suing Lady Happen's illegitimate son and took her home. Exactly. Jay-Z feels like, and this is my thing with all celebrities and powerful people and rich people, they somehow feel like the courts are nothing but to defend them. And they think anybody else, it's blackmail, extortion, it's bribery if they speak out. No, enough. Sonia Martinez, thank you so much for becoming a member. Hey, thank you so much, Nikita Wiggins. Nikita Wiggins said, Jay-Z's attorney low-key wants to be a battle rapper. The response sounds like him and BuzzBee have had beef in attorney world even before. You know what? You might be right. Let me read y'all this again. I think she got a point. She said, Jay-Z attorney low-key wants to be a battle rapper. The response sounds like him and BuzzBee been had beef in the attorney world, even before this, with his comments on his suit and trying to diminish his medals. Exactly. That was weird. Derek Jones Jr., PhD, that's right. Put those letters behind your name, said, is this a part of the Netflix special release date promotion from that call? Wait, is this a part of the Netflix special release date promotion from that call? What you mean? Oh, wait. there is supposed to be a Netflix special. There's also supposed to be a HBO. Like, there's a bunch of specials coming out about Diddy. There's going to be part 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nakia Leach, Cedro, thank you so much for the super sticker. Trumpet Cry said, who spelled psychics incorrectly? That's what I thought. It says physics, but I thought that was my dyslexia kicking in. I'm like, he can't mean physics. It has to be psychics. Who spelled psychics incorrectly? It says physics, as in science. Looks rushed by someone to me. Maybe, but I think that he still had, he didn't make this unilateral. I refuse to believe it. And maybe he added in something, but they still reviewed it. Jay-Z does not have the ability to post directly to the Roc Nation Instagram account. It has to go through their social media manager. And also, if he's being sued personally and not in any business capacity, why did you post this from your Roc Nation account? You're trying to tie yourself to Roc Nation and trying to let Roc Nation know that if you go down, they go down. It's weird. It's really weird, but there's a lot of weird stuff going on in Roc Nation right now. Oh, okay, I get it. Derek D. Jones Jr., PhD, I get it. You said fake physics. I'm assaulted as a PhD, not fake. Exactly. This is weird. And Barbara Burris, aka Paula, thank you for being a member for 1 month. Said Google the pic of Aaliyah on the bed with Diddy and J-Lo. You know, me and Google, we go together real bad. Can you Google the pic of Aaliyah on the bed with Diddy and Jay-Z? Damn. And Dame Dash and J-Lo. This is group love. Take me out to your best friend's house. Tie me up and I'll tie you down. Oh. This is literally group love. Take me to your best friend's house. Tie me up and I loved you then. I love you now. Oh, okay. Sorry. Also, Green Guard, thank you so much for the super sticker. And also, Joe Paris said, nah, it was J-Lo. I think it was J-Lo too, because that was his girl. J-Lo was in the middle of this. And that's the thing, for you to be able, Diddy don't like any shy little virgins. Diddy likes somebody that's ready to, I'm just saying. And J-Lo was with Diddy long enough to be down with the program, no doubt. Yo, I guess Young Miami and that little fake relationship that blew up in her face, Young Miami couldn't even get a beard. You know, the alleged boyfriend, Stephen Diggs, is done. She couldn't even get a beard right. And now she's out here. We should have known something was coming down the road just from Young Miami announcing a relationship. And even when she announced that relationship, it made me be like, and then she announced the breakup. And I'm like, you were with a degenerate, a real life, honest to God, Webster's New Merriam Dictionary degenerate. And you put up with his antics, and whoever Stephen Diggs or whatever his name is, what did he do to you that you felt disgusted and offended when you put up with all your mess from Diddy? I want to know, Diddy had you auditioning to be his main girl, literally auditioning to be his main girl. And this man, what Diddy wouldn't even claim you, called you Shorty Wop and had you in the nosebleed seats, had you crawling to prove you was down for him and his type of girl. He humiliated you so much. You was being dragged all the time because of him. What did this man do to you? You couldn't take it anymore. I'm just wondering, unless she really was serious about she ain't letting anybody mess with her anymore. That could be it too. Hold on, we almost done with this and then we go. Oh, listen. Somebody said, why post there? Because Super Bowl. But how would that help the Super Bowl by posting on Rock Nation? I would post on my personal account. It's going to be picked up anyway. You know, when you post on a business account, you wrap the business up in liability. Because if even an ounce of this is true, and Jay-Z posted this on Rock Nation, that means they could lose their Super Bowl contracts. There is a morality clause in those contracts. It's the NFL. There's a morality clause, AKA we can terminate these contracts with these Black people whenever we want. That's what I think the NFL clause says, but whatever. Green Guard says Jonathan Audie's first and second interview tells all about Diddy Cassie. He might be one of the informants. Everything he said at the Trump formal shooting, at the Trump formal shooting, at the formal interrogation about the Trump Corral shooting, he got caught. Everything he said when he got caught is coming true. That's true. Everything he said is, in fact, coming true. Everything. So what are we thinking about this? What are we thinking? Hold on. Put one, because I want to know. One, do you believe Tony BuzzBee? Or two, do you believe Jay-Z? Right now, Tony BuzzBee said this is going to trial. He's not settling. This is going to trial. Do you believe Tony BuzzBee? Put one. Or do you believe Jay-Z? Put two. Who do you believe? I want to know. Okay, I see. Do anybody believe it too? Listen, we're not going to drag you if you believe too. Jovi Joe said, I'm waiting on a musical from you, the way you be breaking down and singing all the time. I just know it's going to be wicked. Love you, girl. No. Well, I might go see Wicked, but I'm not big on whatchamacallit. Hold on, y'all. Oh, good idea, B. Let's do a poll. Also, Derek D. Jones Jr., PhD, said, do you think the plaintiff was part of Rock Nation? No, so the plaintiff was only 13 years old. She was only 13 years old at the time. So she couldn't have been. I wonder if she sued before. Listen, Christina Straight said, Tisa needs to narrate a Diddy Done Did It documentary for Netflix. Thank you for keeping us here with the facts. I would love to do that. Yo, maybe I should have a book club where Diddy do it. It's a book on by Inner City Press. I would love to narrate an audiobook about Diddy and all the characters. I'm working on my saucy Sultana voice. Okay, so anyway, let's get into this. Also, you guys, hit that like notification, support me. You guys, tattletales. Really quick, before we get into the next order of affairs, I just want to say thank you guys so much for rocking with me. We are almost at 500,000. I never thought when I first came up here with my blurry camera and broken mic that you guys would rock with me. And now look, almost 500,000 people later, and I still got a blurry camera and a broken mic. Don't ever say I changed. But all jokes aside, when we hit 500,000, I have a lot of really exciting changes in the works. When we hit 500,000, I'm going to have a big celebration for you guys because it's because of you. And also, you guys are going to see a big change that I think you're going to like. All right. You want the rah, rah, rah. We're going to hit you with the ha. Right? We're going to do the ha, ha, ha. Y'all want the rah, rah, rah? Hit you with the ha. But anyway, let me stop before we get in trouble. Anyway, right? John Edmonds, thank you so much. And I love you, T. Said Tattletales family. That's right. You guys, thank you guys so much for rocking with me. So if you can hit that subscribe notification, leave a hate comment for all I care. Just your support means a lot. Oh, also, Derek D. Jones Jr., PhD, said, do you think she got a record deal and released one album? It's okay not to use the PhD. I'm sorry. I like it, Derek Jones Jr., PhD. Sorry for any elitism experiences. What are you talking about? You better, everybody, Derek, you better make them pronounce every single letter. The P, the H, and the D. You're the one that went to school. You're the one that wrote that thesis paper. You're the one that worked and put in the time, effort, stress, highs and lows. You better please. I would put PhD Derek D. Jones. Please. So listen, shout out to accomplishments in all their farms. Also, do I think she got a record deal and released one album? I don't know. That'd be interesting. How many times people get paid off with an album? I honestly think, and this is my honest opinion, I honestly think because she's 13, I think that she was scared and confused. She said she admitted to her dad that she had lied about her whereabouts, but she didn't tell her dad what actually happened. Yeah, I don't know. I think they thought probably because she was 13, they could just get her to do whatever she wanted and they could just like go away. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. But this is an interesting theory, Mr. Jones. This is a very, very interesting theory. Let's actually see, because maybe that's why Jay-Z is walking around that path. I also know that they haven't gone to discovery. Jay-Z doesn't know how much evidence Tony BuzzBee has. So I think he's being really careful with his words. But then we got to ask, why are you being so careful with your words? I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. Also, Maureen Rudenick said, "You're beautiful and intelligent. Love your podcast, mute or not." Oh, thank you, Michelle. But did I call you Maureen? My dyslexia be acting up. Michelle Rudenick, you are beautiful. Oh, thank you. You're beautiful too. You guys, listen, we are going to have the best thing. I swear to God, I'll even comb my hair and put some special makeup on and put a real pretty dress on and pour myself some non-alcoholic cider. I don't really drink. We can get to know each other on the Celebration Live too. We can get to know each other. I'll tell you a little bit more about my life, my hopes, my dreams before y'all say, shut up and get to the next story. I mean, like, you guys, let me tell you about myself. And y'all be like, boo, we don't care, move on. But all jokes aside, we are going to have a celebration. So where are we at, right? Listen, at the end of the day, listen, you know what? Let me ask something. Hold on. In California criminal code, if a statutory rape happened in 2000, is there a statute of limitation that runs that prevents a criminal complaint from being filed? And if a criminal complaint can be filed, what are the possible complaints? Let's see. Oh. So she was 13. Oh, so get this. If you look at Penal Code 801, there is a 6-year statute of limitations for felonies, including statutory rape. However, if the victim was a minor, like they are here, certain laws allow charges to be filed later, up to her 40th birthday. That was 2000. We're in 2023. So 2023, 33, 36. She's 36 years old. So that's why she's going under the gender motivated violence. I believe it allows you to file up to your 40th birthday. If the crime involves substantial sexual conduct, which it did, she was gang raped by 2 people while somebody else watched. Yeah, y'all, listen, you can do the statutory rape, lewd acts with a minor, and then there's oral cop or sodo, but I can't say those words. Yeah, so basically statutory rape, Penal Code 2261.5, or lewd acts with a minor, Code 288. So he can file a criminal complaint, and I hope he does file a criminal complaint. However, the most shocking thing to me is that Jay-Z is saying that there were victims, you know? Yeah. Again, you guys, I don't know. And also, I remember I had Rihanna's publicist on. I did an interview with them. Remember when everybody said, "How dare I have a liar on my channel?" And then they went and begged to have the liar on their channel. But anyway, right? And now all of a sudden they're a truth teller. But Rihanna's ex-publicist said that the feds actually contacted him and talked to him about Jay-Z's relationship with minors. We don't know what happened with that investigation, or even if the investigation is ongoing, but it definitely happened. You know, it definitely happened. Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Listen, Jovi Joe said you might want to narrate Diddy done it with a good mic. Y'all gonna stop dragging me. What? I don't understand. Maybe my mic is good and I just make everything look cheap. Have y'all ever thought about that? Y'all ever thought about it's a good mic and I just cheapen things? Have you thought about that? Have you thought about that? I'm just saying. Hold on. Are we about to get the mic is back? It has been charged. Now, joke's on you. The joke's on you. Now, let's narrate. Hold on. Let's do my little mic stand. Okay. Hold on. It is not back. I said joke's on you and didn't. Okay. Now the mic is back. Joke's on you. The joke's on you. The mic's back, y'all. The mic's back. Everybody say hi to, this is going to be my co-host. Say hi to Mikey. Say hi to Mikey. Oh, also, YM Droid said, listen, Derek D. Jones Jr. PhD said, no white nails in these celebrations. Ha ha ha. That's the one thing I will never forgive Diddy for. There is nothing like black skin, white nails, tan skin, white nails. There is nothing like color in skin, melanin, and white nails. Nothing like it on earth. I am so mad Diddy took that away from us. Literally. Also, YM Droid said, let's clear this up. Only the state or feds can bring criminal suits, not an individual attorney. BuzzBee can only go civil and for money. No, YM Droid, you're right. He can only go civil. He can file a criminal complaint, though. And we don't know whether he did or not. Again, this is just Jay-Z, because here's the thing. Diddy didn't know. So when you do that, you make a criminal complaint, hoping that the district attorney will pick it up. Now, here's what I want to see. Jay-Z, by writing this, or his lawyers, whoever wrote it, that's not proving anything, because Diddy didn't know that the feds were investigating him. We said it was a grand jury investment, but he actually didn't know. So I'm back to being like, huh? Like, the level of, that was either an awesome level of righteous anger or evidence. But at the end of the day, where is the denial? Did it happen or not? Let's see. Before we go, I just want to see if Tony BuzzBee has posted anything else. Hold on. Are y'all yelling? My mic's not working. Listen. Let's see. Listen. Tony BuzzBee response. Hold on. No, that's it. Wait, hold on. There's another response. Hold on. Okay. The only response he's given, his latest one, is, we'll go over it again, regarding the Jay-Z case and his efforts to silence my clients. Mr. Carter previously denied being the one who sued me and my firm. He filed his frivolous case under a pseudonym. What he fails to say in his recent statement is my firm sent his lawyer a demand letter on behalf of an alleged victim, and that victim never demanded a penny from him. Instead, she only sought a confidential mediation. Since I sent a letter on her behalf, Mr. Carter has not only sued me, but he's tried to bully and harass me and this plaintiff. His conduct has had the opposite impact.
She is emboldened. I'm very proud of her resolve. As far as the allegations in the complaint filed, we will let the filing speak for itself and litigate the facts in court, not the media. Y'all, this isn't looking good. This is not looking good. I think also they put the summons in here. What's the summons? They put a summons in here. Let me put that up on the screen. I got the court documents. This is the summons. This lawsuit has been filed against you within 21 days of service of the summons. You, not counting the day you received it, or 60 days if you are in the United States agency officer. Okay, so he put a summons and told Jay-Z he has to come to court. Jay-Z and Diddy. Okay. Yo, this case is happening. Again, everybody's talking about why didn't BuzzBee file a criminal complaint? Jay-Z, why didn't you file a defamation? Why didn't you file a counter lawsuit? You knew it was coming. Why didn't you file an injunction, cease and desist? There's so many things after you said you filed that extortion that you could have done, but you didn't. Anyway, really quick, let's get into this. Let's see. Let me get into this last thing. Listen. Wicked, North Carolina said Rock Nation for a few essay suits. Listen, he said that it's plural. Hibiscus Rose said, what happened with the Rock Nation execs? Oh, I'm going to have to make separate videos about this because this live's getting long, but let me just give you guys a short version, okay? Jay-Z's, the co-president of Rock Nation, has abruptly either been fired or resigned. This is breaking news. It's not in the papers yet. People are saying that may be linked to this lawsuit that Jay-Z has been fighting against. Again, was he abruptly fired because he's talking? Did he resign because he's a part of it? That actually is developing. But my sources are telling me that all is not well in Rock Nation at all. And Jay-Z got 99 problems, literally 99 problems, but that will come out to be seen, okay? Also, his chief of staff is a convicted leader of a I'm sorry, not chief of staff. His CEO is a convicted leader of a meth ring organization. He's a hustler, baby. I don't know. It's just odd, like what's going on in Rock Nation. There's also some other unrest happening, but we will talk about that in a different video. Also, Paulette Hayes, thank you so much, Mama, for becoming a YouTube member. I love your Abby. I love that red lip. And Hibiscus too, looking fresh face and lovely. Okay, you guys, listen. Let me get out of here. I'll do a follow-up video about the Rock Nation stuff. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.